The other major enhancement that we had in 3.9 was the ability to rename automations. When you name a new automation now, it sets internally what we call the display name. This allows spaces and special characters and does not enforce uniqueness. We do provide a warning if the name already exists in the current group context or in SAS in the tenant, but it doesn't care about names in other groups or tenants. Automations can now also be renamed either on the automation list view or the automation value stream view. There's an additional action to rename automations, and I'll show you that in a moment. With the addition of the rename action, we also changed the way that the action list and action icons look. We updated the icons to high resolution web images instead of the low res files that were being used before. And we moved most of them into a drop-down menu. So the most common actions, the view, the toggle, edit, are all still on that list view directly as buttons. But the less common actions are now in a three-dot menu that includes those actions. And you can see that in the screenshot here. With the addition of the display name, what used to be the name is now what we're calling the internal name. This is still used to identify the automation in the database, as well as for naming the log files and for any database commands related to that automation. When you set the display name, it generates a unique name, which incorporates the group and a number based on the date as the internal name. If the internal name isn't updated to that when ConnectALL is upgraded, for automations that existed before 3.9, the internal name will just be whatever the name of the automation was when it was originally created. This is visible in the view details dialog. So if you need to get the internal name to find it in the logs or to do any troubleshooting, that internal name is visible in the UI through the automation preview. And like I said, pre-existing automations keep their original name as the internal name. So let me jump over here to show you how that works. Here you can see a traditional ConnectALL name using capitalization to try to make this more readable. And in my list of actions, I've got the rename capability. So I can add spaces in here and special characters. So that's what I'll do. And you can see that updates the automation name and that shows throughout the UI. And if I needed to see the internal name, I can see that here. I am going to create a new automation as well so that I can show you how this gets generated. And so I'll configure that. I'm just going to pick my connections so that we can move forward for this. And this is not a real automation, but just an example so that I can save this. I've got my new automation, and you can see the internal name has the group that it's part of, the automation name, and this number. You can see that it's based on the time epoch. This is to guarantee uniqueness for internal names and is easily accessible here. So that's the automation naming.